Well, for those able to attend the live stream, it was an excellent exercise. Quality trading throughout, quality calls, and it's all down to the time of the season and the pressure for points. So let's take a stroll through some of these plays as they populate. So we start with Stockport coming from behind. Could have been £139 profit there. I got out at 2-2. I could have got out at 3-2 for a huge gain. That would have been remarkable. Southampton Fulham took on the Southampton lead. Nick Wharton told us possibility that Fulham still have an outside chance of Europe. So with that carrot against the Saints already down, they got the win eventually. MK Dons and Grimsby allay the draw with a very low liability late on. Playoff woes for Grimsby. They're outside of the playoffs now because of a set of really poor results. This was the only aberration yesterday, and can you see the problem with this play? It's effectively a dead rubber. Shrewsbury realistically, mathematically not down yet, but realistically down. Barnsley mid-table mediocrity. No carrot, so it's not a must-win for a side 0-2 down. They did make it 1-2, but we did lose out because we were ill-disciplined. We got involved in a dead rubber. There were a load of other plays I called which I didn't get on, alas. Freiburg with a red card for Wolfsburg. Freiburg again are bang in the mix of European football. A chance of 3 points to upgrade their status, I think, from Europa League to Champions League, just for that single win against 10 men, which they did. Another good call on the live stream. I hope you played. Holstein Kiel and Mönchengladbach. This was a interesting match. Holstein Kiel were leading 2-0, and Holstein Kiel desperately need to win. But leading 2-0 early on for a side in the relegation zone wobbles, I predict. And indeed, Mönchengladbach made it 2-2. That was your first out for about a 31 quid profit. But Muggins here went on for the Mönchengladbach win, and Holstein Kiel ended up 3-2. So I was sat with egg on my face, done all that hard work, got nothing rewarded. Then it turned into 3-3, and I decided to get out. And that was a wise move because Holstein Kiel ended up winning. So I got out at 3-3 for pretty much the same profit as I would have got out at 2-2. So good stuff there. Hoffenheim and Dortmund laying the late draw in matches where both teams need the win. At 1.09 and 1.06. I think we got matched at 1.009 here. This profit cost me a massive, I think, £2.20. So that's unique to this stage of the season. End of matches, points required, and they can deliver. I was really just scratching the surface yesterday. There's a few other greens I didn't quite get on. There was also Preston, 2-0 down Preston, and we covered the 0-2 in that particular match. So if you were attending, and we covered the 1-2 as well. So if you were attending the live stream, you'll have seen what I like to do at this stage of the season, because when you have teams who need points, they might be hard to shift. So I went and backed both teams to score no to cover the 0-2, cover the 0-3, and I covered the 1-2. So insurance paid out here on the 1-2. Do note a number of dead rubbers. Sunderland don't need to win, and coincidentally don't win. Sheffield United, arguably safe as houses. I think they played the day before. Cardiff and West Brom, they could have desperately done with points. This is another one. You lay the draw second half. Similarly, Middlesbrough, although in-play stats didn't turn up as they did 2 weeks ago. An exceptional live stream yesterday. I'm not sure if it can be replicated today because the quality of football is not as high as it was yesterday. I didn't really do a live stream last Sunday because of the Baron coupon. Don't want a whole load of silence throughout a live stream waiting for things to happen. You want a large volume of matches all at the same time, so you can have plenty of pickings. So we start the Premier League at 2 o'clock. We do have the Italians today and the Spanish, so that could help bolster the coupon. But live stream, I'll have to have a think about that. Now it's thinning out. Sundays, we don't tend to see anyone turning up anyway. And I just don't want to go through the motions with 2 or 3 people, especially in a coupon that's lacking real volume. But let's have a walk through Bournemouth and Manchester United. I just don't play Manchester United matches, so I'm going to go Liverpool and Tottenham. Are Liverpool crowned Premier League title winners? Let's have a look. I think if they avoid the draw, simply avoid defeat, Liverpool today, so that means the draw is in play. So just be very careful with that draw in play. Tottenham, woeful. Thankfully, the bottom 3 are even worse than Tottenham, and they will survive. Get Ange Postecoglou to buy your lottery tickets because he's one lucky sod, keeping a managerial job for the whole season with that shower. Awful stuff. English League One, Stevenage and Rotherham. We don't have a preview there. Let's have a look at motivation for Stevenage and Rotherham. Mid-table mediocrity, really. I can't see any carrot or stick for these two. So it's a match to avoid, Stevenage and Rotherham. So I wouldn't be getting involved in that one at all. So we go back to England. We need motivation at this stage of the season. Birmingham don't have it because they have already wrapped up the title. So no motivation for Birmingham. But for Jane, Mansfield is 5 points above the relegation zone. A win today should guarantee things. Probably on goal difference if Crawley win their next 2 matches. So still a little bit for Mansfield to play for. So that match, we get some interest from us. So I would star that one. I need to see if there's any more matches at 2 o'clock. Otherwise, it'll just be a telegram service today for members of Football Trading Profits. Nottingham Forest and Man City. You saw yesterday Palace against Aston Villa. I would have expected Aston Villa to be a lot more competitive, but this is cup match for you. One-off affairs, best on the day. It's going to be the same story, but highly likely Man City will be the finalists. Not what Crystal Palace could do with. They could do with Nottingham Forest, give themselves a better chance. KUPS, one of the big boys in the Veikkausliiga. Watch out for them today. They do perform, particularly when the in-play stats suggest as much. French League looking busy today, but 4:15 is the starting point there, which won't help us if there is going to be a live stream at 2 o'clock. So it does look increasingly like it's going to have to be a telegram session only for members of footballtradingprofits.com. It's only a smattering of 2 o'clocks, as you can see. French League, all about the standings and indeed the amount of matches left this season. Looks around 4 matches left this season, particularly Nantes and Toulouse. So with that in mind, 4 matches left this season. Paris Saint-Germain already started drawing and losing after securing the title. That's exactly what we need to watch out for. Sudden dip in form, even though you're the best side out there. Monaco and Marseille still have unfinished business with the Champions League place. Lyon will go into the Champions League qualifiers rather than the league phase if they remain 4th. But plenty to play for Monaco, Marseille, Lyon and Nice. So all of the coach-at-your sides are involved in Champions League football. Strasbourg as well, Lille. So all the way down to 7th. I would think the gap from Lens to Strasbourg, 9 points, is too much with only 4 matches left. So all of the top 7, bar Paris Saint-Germain, plenty to play for today. And looking at the bottom, Le Havre with a draw recently, keep them within striking distance of Angers. I think Le Havre have already played yesterday or the day before. 26th, 1-1 draw with Monaco, which is crucial for Le Havre. Just 1 point means another win. They overtake Angers if Angers lose, as they've lost in 4 of the last 5. So Saint-Etienne, I think, played yesterday. Le Havre played yesterday. Montpellier is down. Angers and Nantes and Reims and Toulouse, I think, are the ones worrying. Although, not Toulouse. I would go as far as Reims, Nantes, Angers, Le Havre and Saint-Etienne. So there's plenty of carrot and stick in French Ligue 1 today, as you can see. German Bundesliga, only the 2 matches today. Bochum Dano and Union Berlin. Werder Bremen and St. Pauli, the latter. St. Pauli outside the relegation zone at the moment. These two are on the wrong end of the table. Bochum, right. I think there's how many matches left in the Bundesliga this season? Let's check. Best checked here. It's a lot quicker. uk.soccerway.com. And then you filter out by league, the Bundesliga, and then we can get a fair idea of how many matches are left. 4 matches, that's a possible 12 points. So Bochum with 12 points take him to 32. They'll be aiming for this, I would suggest, playoff place. So still 3 points required for Bochum. Union Berlin, safe as houses. Not mathematically so just yet, but pretty much crossing the line with a 10-point gap there. So arguably it's Bochum who have everything to play for in that particular match. So you'd be looking for some motivating factors from Bochum today. Werder Bremen and St. Pauli, arguably for St. Pauli, 3 points could salvage the season. They were already above the relegation zone by some 5 points. It's nearly job done for St. Pauli, isn't it, today? A win. They're on 33. They won't be moving anywhere. But then that gap moves up to 8 points with only 4 matches remaining. It's an exciting position to be in for St. Pauli. Werder Bremen, on the other hand, are on the cusp of breaking into European football. With a win today, they will be equal on points with Dortmund, but they won't be in 6th position. So talk about carrot and stick in that match. It's the perfect match, really, for this part of the season, isn't it? German Bundesliga 2, FC Köln are near the top. Schalke, Kaiserslautern, Karlsruhe and Hamburger. Let's have a look at any motivating factors for these sides. So we need to see the points. There we go. So Hamburger are second on 53. They still have Magdeburg. Well, Magdeburg have... Oh, they have automatic promotion as well, do they? I think. I'll have to double check that. But Hamburger need to stave off Elversberg and Paderborn for that automatic promotion spot. And Hamburg are a huge club. They need to go back up into the Bundesliga. It's imperative. Hanover and FC Köln. Well, FC Köln, you see atop. They'll be looking for automatic promotion. I don't think they're going to be bothering about whether they'll be finishing first or second. It's all about that blue place. Hanover themselves are in 10th place on 43. It's looking like a barren task for them to break into the top 3. But at least they won't be relegated. Any other sides? Kaiserslautern and Schalke. Kaiserslautern in 7th. Have an outside chance with a win today, go to 49, depending on what Magdeburg do. So they've got a real chance, Kaiserslautern today. Schalke, comfortably enough above the relegation zone by 9 points. Should be safe, but it's all about Kaiserslautern, that match. Plenty of motivating factors for Kaiserslautern today. Again, if we start a 2 o'clock live chat, we're going to be missing out on 2, 4, 5 out of 7 Italian Serie A matches. So it looks as if, increasingly, it's not enough to warrant a live stream today, which is a pity, because you can see the kickoffs are a bit later or a bit earlier. But all through, plenty to play for. But there are also some dead rubbers in Italian Serie A. You have to be very wary of them. Let's have a look at the top. Well, Roma, Fiorentina are two of the major sides in with a shout of a top 6 place, particularly today. Fiorentina, if they win, if they're playing today, will go into that 6th place. AC Milan need to start picking up points to have an outside chance of European football. It's all about upgrading for Lazio and Juve. A win could possibly upgrade them to Champions League football, so they'll be absolutely delighted with that. And at the bottom, Monza are down. They're the side you pick 3 points from. Not mathematically down, though. They need a miracle. Empoli, Venezia and Lecce will be fighting out the relegation fight, you would suspect. Cagliari are still in striking distance, as is Parma and arguably Verona. But it's looking increasingly like Lecce, Venezia and Empoli to play out the sub-30s battle for 17th place and safety. So you'll see a lot of them out today. There's Lecce there. Monza already down, so the ideal time for the old lady to get something. Roma just outside the playoffs, must get something against Inter, and Fiorentina, possibility to go into the playoffs with a win today. Venezia, one of the important ones who need 3 points. AC Milan out of European contention at the moment, will be bitterly disappointed. Eredivisie, none of the big guns out today. Let's have a look at the standings for the Eredivisie. Who needs what? Particularly for the matches we're looking at. Sittard and Willem Twee. Willem Twee are in the relegation playoff place. It's a 6-point gap, 7-point gap to Zwolle. Looking like they're trying to stay in that relegation playoff place, aren't they? Zwolle, 15th. Are they playing Zwolle today? No, Sittard. Fortuna Sittard, 13th place, safe enough. Ajax, Sparta Rotterdam. Ajax top at the moment, comfortably so. Sparta Rotterdam, 11th place with only a 3-point gap to the European places. So plenty for them to play with today, Sparta Rotterdam. Heerenveen and NEC Nijmegen. Heerenveen are in that top 8 place, so they'll be keen to keep that up. NEC Nijmegen in 12th. Outside chance with a win, go to 36. Must take points off your nearest rival. Almere and Go Ahead Eagles. Go Ahead Eagles are 7th, so they'll be keen to keep in those European places. It won't be really caught at the moment. It's a nice gap between them and Heerenveen. And Almere City are right back, smack bang at the bottom. They won't be going anywhere, but they could still catch Willem Twee, so they must pick up a win, break the 20 points, aim for that relegation playoff place. So plenty going on in the Eredivisie. Couple of 1:30 kickoffs. It's not fleshing out the 2 o'clock coupon, is it? It's a pity. Such a good live stream yesterday. Would have loved to have kept that momentum up today. Villarreal and Espanyol. Let's have a look at the standings for these two. Where's Villarreal? 6th place. Upgrade to Champions League football, possibly with a win for Villarreal today and for Espanyol. 13th place for Espanyol. Some 7 points above the relegation zone. Looks safe enough. But it looks as if that motivation for Europe could be key for the Yellow Submarine today. So a lot of football. I'm going to leave the live stream at the moment. I'll decide a bit later whether to do one or not. Personally, for me, there's not enough matches at 2 p.m. for my usual start for me to be interested. I thought Spanish La Liga would be a lot more football, but it's only the one match. All of our interesting leagues as well, just majority kicking off outside of the 2 p.m. time zone. So I'll certainly see you for a Telegram session, members of footballtradingprofits.com. But I will decide nearer to 2 o'clock whether I'll be doing a live stream or not. Have a great day.